What's going on, everyone? It's time for another film review. Today we're going to be reviewing another 60s musical. Yeah, this is the last one of the 60s classic films that the bunch that I wanted to. One of them I wanted to talk about was Lawrence of Arabia, but I only had disc one, not disc two, so I gotta wait till I get another copy of that. But I'll get that one up as soon as I can. But for now, this is going to be the last 60s like classic film for a little while. Sorry, my upload schedule's been sporadic and stuff. I've been having issues here. Yeah, work and all that stuff's been getting in the way. So yeah, but let's get to it. Today's video is going to be today. I'm going to be talking about Oliver, which was released by Columbia Pictures September 26, 1968. This is the musical version, remake, I guess you could call it. Yeah, so it's simply titled Oliver with an exclamation mark. And yeah, it's basically a retelling of Oliver Twist. It was written by Vernon Harris, produced by John Wolfe, and directed by Carol Reel, who's also done like The Third Man, The Fallen Idol, Odd Man Out, and The Agony and the Ecstasy. He was quite the drama film director around this time period in the 60s. So, yeah, definitely was an interesting choice for a director. So, this film is about 2 hours and 15 minutes long, and it's a musical telling you the story of Oliver Twist. So, but right off the gate, you're in the orphanage, and they do their weird musical number, which was odd, but was also very amusing and stuff. I actually really enjoyed the first half of this film. You really get to know the characters and stuff, even though some of them aren't fleshed out very well. For what they're trying to say and stuff like that, it kind of works. But yeah, the musical numbers in this is really wacky and weird though. Like I don't know how this got Oscar nominations because like the acting is like hit and miss in most scenes. It's either overdone or monotone. And I thought that was a little odd for a film of this stature. And but yeah, so yeah, you start in the orphanage, you meet Oliver, and they're doing their singing musical number, and right away you can tell Oliver is not singing. It's clearly someone else. They overdubbed his voice, and he has a really high pitched talking voice, which was really annoying. But yeah, if you could get over that, he does have a good little boy charm to him, so kind of works. And then you get to see the iconic scene. Oh, please, sir, I want some ore. And then the guy serving it makes a fuss and stuff. And yeah, it just goes weirder and weirder from there. They do the villains in the story are actually probably the highlight of the whole film in this, and that's where they basically take Oliver and get him to do some bad things, which yeah ends up not doing them too well, but it's a good part of the story. You kind of build a bond with these people, and that this musical is filled with random musical numbers and stuff, and yeah, but like the story, it gets the story across, but it was just filled with random musical numbers that either some of them sort of worked, some of them didn't, and it's definitely one of those musical things which I have a problem with is when you watch it and somehow everyone in the whole town knows the lyrics and their exact timing in the songs, which is kind of weird. But overall, it's still an amusing family musical. Just most of it doesn't mesh well together. The story is pretty basic. Just it's the standard retelling of the Oliver Twist story of an orphan boy who's down on his luck and then tries to find his meaning for him and stuff in life. And yeah, it's okay. It wasn't the best. It has some pretty elaborate sets, and yeah, it was one of the more entertaining, but not for that purpose of entertainment type of movie. I kind of found this one to be a little pretty funny, even though it wasn't intentionally to be funny. And yeah, it still looks decent nowadays, so it's not too bad. But yeah, definitely the musical numbers and stuff didn't really flesh well. Where if you're in a musical, it's not really a good thing. And but some of the acting was hit and miss. But overall, and obviously the characters, some of them weren't really fleshed out, some of them just come and go. It was a weird weird mashup of stuff that they ended up putting out. So overall, it's an okay movie. It's not the best. There's definitely better versions of Oliver Twist out there. But if you want a good, like, little feel good, like with some entertaining singing involved and stuff, it might be up your alley. So with that, I'm gonna give Oliver, the 1968 version, the musical version, a 2.5 out of 5. Yeah, it's been quite a little interesting run of classic movies to check out, all different variances. So, but definitely, this one was definitely on the lower end of the film spectrum. But we'll see what happens in the next film review that I'm going to do. If they continue to decline or get better, who knows? So, yeah. But that's what I thought of Oliver. There's a trailer link down below if it sounds like something you're interested in, or if you want to relive it, it's linked down below, so you can check that out. Also linked down below is my Instagram, that's where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my stories. You have the film time hashtag and the subgenre filming hashtag, so you're aware of it. And my Letterbox is also down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating right after watching the films. So follow me on one of those two platforms to stay in the loop with this channel. Like this video, share some more people aware of it. Comment your opinions of the film down below. Let me know your thoughts. And if you have any musicals or any film or film franchises that you want me to review in the future, I'll review any genre, or that you just want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below. I'll try to get them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. And yeah, make sure you subscribe, because we find something weird, obscure, and odd they never thought of checking out together, or so you hear my opinions on popular films that come out at the time, and classic films like this one, and other stuff. So make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell, because I'm going to be jumping on Shudder and trying to find something interesting to talk about now, because I'm itching for another horror film. I've done quite a few family movies and classic films. Now it's time to go back to my roots and find a decent horror film to talk about. So tune in, make sure you ring that bell so you get notified when that comes up, and I guess I'll see you all in the next one. So watch out for all those greedy, hungry orphans out there, and I guess I'll see you all in the next film review. So until then, cheers.